An investment on a great first impression and bold welcoming statement is presented right outside of the airport. Plus, in today's lifestyle segment, how much a pregnant woman weighs during her pregnancy matters. And we revisit the president of the parliament's interview on One. 15 on 15 starts right now. Hi there, thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl. The island's biggest roundabout marked another milestone. Different flags from around the world have been put up, welcoming Aruba's diverse tourism markets. Besides four country flags, the United Nations, European Union, and Aruba tourism flags were included in the circle. Scout boys and girls had the honor in raising those flags. The Department of Public Works designed the roundabout. Meanwhile, the Tourism Product Enhancement Fund helped finance it. The flags were chosen based on the countries where the island receives visitors from. The purpose of the investment is to make a bold first impression and welcoming statement. In other local news, currently Aruba Tourism Authority is working on a new business plan. It is required by law that ATA updates their plan every 3 years. In preparation for this, they have turned to AHATA for assistance. The board of directors has hired on a company which specializes in developing state-of-the-art business plans for destination management worldwide. According to the director of AHATA, the first plan ATA drafted up was one that would get ATA started up due to the switch from public to private. This time, for the 2014 to 2016 business plan, an experienced company called Resonance has been hired on.
The whole idea was tell us what's happening in the rest of the world. You know, Aruba is competing against the rest of the world. Competition's getting more and more severe every day. More and more destinations are looking to try and attract business. So they went away and they said, look, this is what's happening in the rest of the world. I mean, Australia is very much one of the leaders in terms of putting these kinds of plans together. There's a lot of work being done in the Far East, you know, with the rise of China and people trying to get the Chinese business. Very consistent that people were quite happy with the way in which the ATA had evolved. But clearly, as with everything, you can be better. You can be good, but you can always be better. And the whole idea was, how can we improve on what is already a good situation? And you know, a number of the stakeholders came back and said there are certain areas of the ATA which they're good now, but they could be stronger. Information, everybody relies on information, so that's one area that could be strengthened. Human resources, it's not just about staffing, but it's about training and basically exposing the staff to all of the new trends and how can they get much more exposure to what's going on in the rest of the world.
According to the CEO of AHATA, the transition for ATA was what posed as a challenge.
The big issue now is the degree to which you move from being a marketing organization to a management marketing organization. And what that means is understanding what it is that the visitor is looking for and being able to encourage that kind of product to be developed and be put in place. So it's much more proactive rather than just saying this is what we have. It's also saying this is what they want and this is what we need to do to achieve it.
A soccer field in Centro de Barrio, Brazil in St. Nicholas became greener and brighter after solar panels have been implemented on the LED lights to generate electricity. The companies involved in the project executed a similar sustainability linked with sports plan in Africa. They are hoping the results seen in Africa will be seen here as well.
In Africa we have placed now around 30 of those fields, and it has been really a very big success for the very simple reason that we bring light in the evening where there was no light. So you see communities flourishing, there are markets at night, people gather, they gossip at night, they play at night, they are theater, they play soccer or other games. So we bring light to the community in the evening, and it doesn't cost anything because the sun helps us during the day. And in the evening the LED light is burning thanks to the sun and to the technology.
The solar panel plan has been proved to be a success in other countries. Similar results are expected for the island as well.
The last 5 months I've visited a lot of countries in Africa with the projects KNVB, the Dutch FA and Philips together. It was amazing. It was nice to be there, and also to give those people a lighting center and everything involved with soccer. That you know that they can make the days longer, and those pitches you can use for everything, not only for sports but also for school for the kids, because there are lighting centers that with the sun hours the days are going to be longer.
When we come back, we will have more. Stay with us. It is a well-known fact that pregnant women need to keep their weight down. Otherwise, serious health consequences could occur. When expecting moms pack on the pounds, they are putting themselves at risk of developing high blood pressure, diabetes, and even stroke. A new Scottish study has found expectant women who are obese or underweight are taking a chance that could cause complications during pregnancy and get them sent back to the hospital after their child has been born. Severely obese women are at 3 times the risk to develop hypertension or gestational diabetes. Underweight women have an 8% of increase of readmission to the hospital after birth. Doctors say this goes to show why it is important for pregnant women to keep an eye on their weight as soon as they become pregnant. Parents and teachers should take note. Afternoon naps and children's learning have a direct correlation. Getting young children to take an hour-long nap after lunch could help them with their learning by boosting brain power. A nap appeared to help 3 to 5-year-olds better remember preschool lessons. The benefit persisted in the afternoon after a nap and into the next day. Authors of the study say their results suggest naps are critical for memory consolidation and early learning. When children were allowed a siesta after lunch, they performed significantly better on a visual spatial task in the afternoon and the next day than when they were denied a midday snooze. Following a nap, children recalled 10% more of the information they were being tested on than they did when they had been kept awake. In the study, as the children napped, they experienced increased activity in brain regions linked with learning and integrating new information. Now, ladies, there are ways to lessen your outbursts, flatten your bloating, and get rid of that short temper when you are PMSing. The solution comes from a few key foods. During the week before that time of the month, order a glass of wine with dinner. Yes, believe it or not, your PMS may lessen. A study done by Women's Health across the nation found moderate alcohol consumption, about 1 drink per day, impacted fewer pre-period mood changes and headaches. Also, add some sweet potatoes to your diet. Premenstrual mood swings and crazy cravings come down to a shortage of the brain chemical serotonin. So, the only thing that helps is to eat carbs because that's the only way the brain makes new serotonin. Skim milk is another food item to keep around during PMS time. Calcium can reduce muscle spasms and soothe tension. A glass of milk may also reduce stressful PMS symptoms such as mood swings, anxiety, and irritability. So remember to keep plenty of wine, sweet potatoes, and skim milk around during that time of month. We'll be right back. The countdown to Election Day is on. Do you know who you are voting for? All this week, I'll be showing highlights from my one-on-one interviews with the various candidates. Today, we revisit Paul Cruz. The current president of the parliament is from a family who has traditionally supported MEP. His move to AVP is based on an innovative vision. He is a strong believer in that change is good. Mr. Paul Cruz is the youngest person to be the president of the parliament. Through his role, he has witnessed that there is indeed room for improvement in Parliament. That is our show for today. Remember to vote and also tune into ATV all day on Friday because we will be live covering every possible angle of Election Day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Tuesday night at 7:15 p.m. with a new edition of 15 on 15.